Hello, this is Katie. Welcome back to another video. I am going to be reviewing these Caliart alcohol markers that are cheap, inexpensive. I just got these today after a coupon on Amazon and taxes. They were $50 for a set of 100. There are 100 markers in here. My husband got these for me. And so that's about 50 cents a marker after tax. So yeah, let's take a look. I've already opened this up and I've swatched, and so we're going to go over that. But they come in this case, and I did a review on Arteza Everblend. And I don't love that case. I've actually already taken the markers out and just put them in a bin because I prefer like loose markers like this. So they kind of like form themselves into this little tornado of markers. So we will take a look at them. So just grabbing one of them, you have the marker. It's like a square barrel. It's got the number on a sticker. Oh, there is a name. I didn't realize these had names. Just seeing the name. I even looked at this earlier for a name and I saw nothing. So there is a barcode, the number, which is on both ends of the cap, and then the name, so deep red, for example. And then you have a broad chisel and then a fine bullet nib. The caps are pretty easy to take off. So that is your bullet nib, and the caps click on pretty well. And then your chisel. So I have, these are pretty similar to the Everblend in that they've got a bullet nib and a chisel nib. They are, most of them are relatively juicy, I will say. Some of them come out a little lighter, but those are also definitely the lighter colors, so that could be why. But they blend just fine. I will show you some blends I came up with as well. So the first thing is, hang on, let's see why this is not, okay, I need to turn autofocus on. Okay, so this is the swatch chart that I did today. I just kind of eyeballed based on the cap color, going like darkest to lightest, maybe with reds. I actually went by R, so I did all the R and then a number, and then R actually goes into purples, so I'm not quite sure if that means red or how they're doing this. So I'm guessing. And then we go into B's for blues, and then we end up going into BGs for blue-green, and then G for green. So you've got greens. And I didn't do these in number order. I was kind of eyeballing what I thought might be next to each other because I wanted a chart for easy blending. And then we go into Y. And the darker Ys are basically browns. So we've got browns leading into Y oranges, Y yellows. For some reason, 6 was G to me today, so all of my 6s look like G's because that's what I started to write. I don't know why. And then we make it all the way to Y's that, this is a really, really light brown, almost like a champagne color kind of thing. And then the lightest yellow. And then I'm assuming what is warm gray, so WG, and then you've got what I'm now realizing after looking at this one is like GG must mean green gray because it's kind of greenish. And then you have 2 CGs. Cool grays are my favorite, and so I'm kind of sad that there aren't 3 like this. I would prefer like a 7, a 5, and a 3, probably a little higher, and then not such a gap between 5 and 1. But I can work with this and also possibly blend with the Arteza ones. And then S means black for some reason. And then I swatched the clear one, which you can't see anymore. So that is the chart. Lots of vibrant colors, and I've found some that blend pretty good together, so I'll show you those. Okay, so I stamped I thought I was going to do more than one, so I had the boy and the girl, but I stamped some of the boy seahorse from Seahorse and Around, a new Lawn Fawn stamp. So I liked, here, I'm going to zoom in so you can see these a little better. Our markers are creating a shadow. So these are two, I don't need to say all these numbers, but basically the trend was that I took two and then added one to make it three. I put an X by ones that didn't work out or I didn't like, or I didn't think looked good, and I put like a happy face by my favorite ones. So these are like the two darkest reds, and then those two plus a lighter one, which I think worked out well. This one is actually really pretty too, so I'll put a happy face there. Another two completely different reds than any up here, and then like the hot pink section, sorry, get that in view. So two, like I said, this is a 6, not a G. I don't know where my brain was. I was very tired. So those two, and then those two plus a lighter one, so you get that 3 blend, so you can see what a 2 blend versus a 3 looks like. You know, kind of dark and two-toned, obviously, versus like more shading. So then this one, the purples didn't go well together. That's why I X'd it, but it's also just a little too dark. I mean, you can still see like his eyeball a little bit, but it didn't work out. This one wasn't very good either. Try and bend that into the light so you can at least see the light part, but it's still a little too dark. I liked this one. I did not like this one. So you can see 63 and 702 and the same here, but I added another one and it was just too pink. So that didn't work out. This one was just a two-tone, so it blended a little too well. So it kind of just looks like one color. But then I took those two pinks, basically. So sorry, I had to sneeze. So then I took those two and I added another one, and it was very cute, actually, like a little peach situation going on there. This one, too dark. I can't, even if I bend this into the light, it's not gonna really, you can't even see his eyeball. This one, the greens I really, really like, and my teal as well. So these two worked out. For this one, I liked adding G804 as a third blend to lighten him up a little bit. But then teal, there are really only 2 teal markers, and so I can't, based on my chart, I can't see one that would blend well. I could try, I guess. Let's write it down and try it. So I'm going to do B635, B714, and it's very light, but it might work. We'll try B201. We're going to blend this as an orange. I wanted to give you like one of every rainbow. We're also going to blend the warm gray trio, and then we'll do green gray. So the green grays are GG07, GG03, and GG01. Okay, and then the yellows, so this one was interesting. This is just a 2 blend between Y107 and Y003, sorry. And then this one, I started with Y107, but then I did a second blend with Y204, which ended up being darker, which isn't always the case based on the higher number, but it ended up darker and then the lightest. So I swapped those two and used 204 first, then this one, and then this one. I think this one I like better, but I do like both of them, which is why they have happy faces. So let's do Y906 and Y908. These are the two orangiest. Let's do Y906, Y608. Sorry, that's what that says. And then Y713 above that one for a 3 blend. So we'll do the 2 blend. I will start, and the shading that I'm doing here is the shading I did on all of these. I just give him a shade up here, under there, under here at the end of his tail, and then under there. So then Y608, and part of the only thing I don't like, which I mean may only become a problem if I can't ever see them, is that these are cheap, so the names are kind of rubbing off. Some of them are worse than others, but luckily it's on both ends, and usually one or the other has a better number. So then I'll blend out this one. So sorry, my nose is running for some reason. Probably because I sneezed. So this one, I think they're just too similar, and these are going to blend, so he's just going to look bright orange and not like much of a blend there. So what I'll do, and let me grab the third one, we're going to do this one, Y713. So we're going to do Y906. And then Y608. And just blend out those lines. Again, these are very similar. You can still see a little of the blend. One sec, I'm going to blow my nose. I'll be right back. Okay, so sorry about that. This is bad timing. Okay, so Y713 now, the lightest of this little trio. These are squeaky, but it's really only because it's a bullet nib, but they still do blend really well. You just keep going over the darker colors and kind of bleeding them out or fading them out with the lighter color, because that's what alcohol ink does. So that one's not bad. They blend pretty well. Looks like a kind of like a dirty orange, but I do like that one. Oops, better than the 2 blend. I think I'm still able to see kind of the lines in this one, so I wonder if I do it again. And I'm also just kind of working in circles. If maybe that'll lighten up and I can see the shading again. So then, let's see. So our teal test, the 2 teals I had here, plus B201. See if I can find it. So what's nice about these, though, if they're all sitting up in the holder, then the names are easy to see. This one is a very, very light blue, so we'll see what happens. So we've got 635. I'll start with that. It's a pretty dark teal. I'm not a professional shader by any means. And then B714. And you could also use the chisel tip too if you want to fill in an area. It does work. I'm just blending these the same. I think I might have actually used the chisel tip on this one to complete the teal. I think that was the only one I used the chisel end on. Oh, I went too far. So B201, which is pretty light, you can see the comparison. This isn't like a dry marker. It's just very, very light. But if we keep blending, I still think that's a good blue to go along with these 2 out of the options. And you can definitely go back over the darker lines to lighten up that teal a little bit. And you can definitely keep going, keep blending, but I think that's a fairly good combo there. And then we will do WG07, WG05, and 01. So we'll test 2 more of these. And then WG05. I think these are great. They have a lot of ink. I think they're definitely great for a starter kit. It is a better deal than the Arteza ones. I do believe because you get 100 of these for, I think, 50 after tax. That's tax where I am, which is like 10%, but I paid 50 after tax, so after tax it was 50 cents a marker. But I think this is a very good set, and I'm just excited to combine the two. I'm going to bring them to card class for people to color with there and play with, so that's going to be fun. These are very squeaky, but you can tell, you can see that this WGO1, which this end is terrible. You can almost tell that's a G. I thought about replacing these at some point with like little tiny stickers as I know which ones they are, and I can't read them anymore. So this one kind of looks a little muddled. I don't love it. So maybe just the two grays, 07 and 05. So then we will look at the GGs. We've got 01. We need 07 and 03. GG07. And where are you hiding? There it is. Okay. So the first one, what's up? This doesn't blend the same way. 7, 3, and 1. I do like the cool grays a lot. And then we've got GG03. I'll try and blend out the 7 with the 3 maybe a little bit more than I did with the 5 on the 7 last time. And then GG01. I think this one worked out a little bit better. It's definitely a green gray. You can see that. So I think I like this one a little bit better. And a little green gray seahorse. So yeah, I'm excited to color more with these. I think these are great starter markers, especially for the price. And there's the swatch chart again. I just did the chisel tip and the bullet nib for each one. And that is all I can think of. I'll link them down below. The link on Amazon if you want to purchase them. I'm actually going to find there's a fellow YouTuber person. She actually has an affiliate link for these. It doesn't cost you anything extra. It just helps her out. So I'm going to put her link down below. Because when I was purchasing them, I was doing it through my phone and it wouldn't take her link into my app. So I couldn't use her link. So I will link that one down below if you want to buy them. And then hopefully that $4 off coupon is still there. And yeah, if you have any questions about these that I might have missed, let me know down below. And I will see you guys tomorrow for another video. Thanks for watching. Bye.